Hello and welcome back to These Blind Eyes 6580. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all that kind of stuff. Check out the podcasts, Little MB, and my religious one, Seeking God with Blind Eyes. They're both on Spotify, but they get published pretty much everywhere, so should be easy to find. I know this seems like a ridiculous video to make. Making hot dogs. You would be surprised the number of people I have talked to who do not know how to make a decent hot dog. And the majority of it is how to cook it. People do it in the microwave. People just throw them on the grill. And it's not that they don't taste good with the charred little thing from the grill, but even if you do that, I still like to boil it first because I want my hot dog to be juicy, not dried out and cracked and burnt and all that kind of stuff, which you definitely get in the microwave and on a grill. So it's real simple. Now I'm using Nathan's all beef hot dogs. They're bun length. I also like Hebrew National. They're probably my favorite. But you want them to thaw just enough to break them apart, because you can do this while they're frozen. Obviously, if you have them at refrigerator temperature when you go to boil them, you will have to adjust the time a little bit, not much, because it don't take long when they're frozen. Now, my water's just coming into a boil. The most important thing is make sure, no matter how many hot dogs you're cooking, there's enough water that's going to cover them all when you put them in the pot. All right? And then when you put them in, 5 minutes. That's it. Mine are a little more thawed, so it's only going to take about 4. My water is boiling. I'm dropping in my 2 hot dogs. Let me see here. So
the time is 3:13 a.m.
All right, 3:13. So, and another thing you're going to want, either tongs or a fork to get it out of the pot. I prefer tongs. It seems to work easier for me. However, I do use a fork when I don't have my tongs clean. Another thing I do is I put a couple paper towels down on a plate. Now, when the hot dogs are done cooking, I leave them in the pot and just shut the heat off. And then it depends on how I'm going to do it. Typically, I'll eat the hot dogs one at a time. If I'm sitting down with the family, then yeah, I'll make them all. But for one thing, if you keep it in a hot pot of water, it keeps it hot, keeps it warm. So you're not eating a cold hot dog. And I'll take one out, put it on the plate of paper towels and roll it around. The paper towel will soak the moisture off so the water isn't soaking through your bun and tearing it up. I do a variety of different things. Sometimes I make a chili dog, heat up some chili. Most of the time, it's mustard, jalapenos, and sweet relish. Sometimes I will, sometimes I will use sauerkraut. Use what you want. Who cares what other people say and other people think? Apparently in New York it's a big deal if you're over 17 years old and you use ketchup. If you like ketchup, use it. You're the one eating it. As far as all these condiments, how many videos have I made where I'm using my jalapeno slices? So yeah, initial cost for some of this stuff might be expensive, initially. Because I get a half-gallon jar of jalapeno slices, Jack. I don't fool around when it comes to them. And then usually a quart of sweet relish. And the thing is every now and then I like to put a spoon of sweet relish on a sandwich. I just think it's good. Plus you can use sweet relish in other things. You can use it in deviled eggs. You can use the sweet relish in potato salad. All kinds of things.
The time is 3:15 a.m.
So regardless, it's not like, if it costs you $20 to buy the relish, the, jalapeno, whatever you want, if it costs you $20 to $30, the thing is it doesn't just last for one round of hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? So that's something you need to keep in mind when it comes to cooking. It's no different in seasoning. It can cost you hundreds of dollars to stock your seasoning racks properly. But they last for months and months. They truly do. So it's, I don't know. And I like hot dogs, you know. Is it healthy? No. But right now we're not going for health, are we?
3:16 a.m.
Not going for health at all. So, in their relative, you know, like I said, this is perfect for one person. If you're living by yourself, or if you're just wanting to make something for yourself that you're not cooking for everybody, this is perfect. Boil some water on the stove. I got it on super high, the highest temp for boiling the water and all that kind of stuff. It's very easy. And if you like hot dogs, it's great. And like I said, for me, boiled is the best because it keeps them juicy. Makes them juicy, keeps them juicy. Alright, so it's been 4 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take one of these hot dogs out. Like I said, tongs there, resting them there on the pot. Like I said, right now I'm rolling it around on the paper towel to get all of the moisture off of it. Now I'm going to move that plate and bring over my plate with the bun. And we're going to make it. Now the first thing I do sometimes, if you go loading a ton of toppings and stuff, and if you use jalapeno slices, once again, paper towel. Helps suck juices off. But toppings can fall off if you like to load it. So sometimes what I like to do is what I'm doing now. Okay, that one's going to be too much if I add that, so I will put it on top. But I'm putting the jalapeno slices in my bun first. Now I'm putting the hot dog on top of it. And it's kind of pushing the jalapenos down. Okay, where's my mustard? There we go. Now, this is another one of those things. You're making your own hot dog. It isn't going to hurt to use your hands. So I put a finger on one side of the dog, thumb on the other. Then I'm using my fingers to make sure I got how much I want on it without having too much on it. Because too much of anything can ruin what you're eating. So that's perfect for me. Now the last thing is going to be my sweet relish. And for me, I've talked before about silverware sets. The smallest spoon we call a teaspoon, middle one a tablespoon, big one serving spoon. I'm using a tablespoon to get a scoop of relish. I don't push down hard, but a little bit just to squeeze some juice out of it. I'm not too concerned about it. Then I slowly drag the spoon from one end to the other on the hot dog. The hot dog's falling over here, but I use my fingers to take the relish off the spoon so it spreads evenly on the dog. And I got mustard all over the place. Kind of missed the bun when I first started, but let's go ahead and see. Now that is a perfect hot dog. So it's real simple. You know, you boil it. Like I said, I did mine 4 minutes because I'd already thawed a little bit more because I was needing to charge my phone before I got started. But, you know, 5 minutes at a high boil. I've cooked 8 to 10 hot dogs at a time, depending on how many people I'm cooking them for. In 5 minutes, and they were solid frozen. Now, you do want them separated, but if they're frozen solid, 5 minutes in a high boil, and they're done. Yeah, that is a tasty hot dog. So, like I said, learn these simple things first. For one, you'll see how easy making some things is. I understand I made a blueberry pie and made my own crust, but somebody commented on my, gave me a comment and said, I cheated. I went to Walmart and bought the bottom and top crust. Who cares? You're learning. You're starting out. So don't be embarrassed by it. Everybody's got to start somewhere. I wasn't born knowing how to make anything, not even hot dogs. So, and guess what? Growing up, my mama used to throw them in the microwave. It was when I was at one of my grandparents' house that my grandma boiled them because she didn't have a microwave. She was old school. And guess what? I liked it a lot better. So that's what I started doing, learning how to do it. So, real simple. And you get something you really enjoy. So, like I said, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all that kind of good stuff. And if you have any questions or comments, don't forget to hit me up on my email. That's littlemb6580@gmail.com. Till next time, y'all take care.